Hello to my almost first graders. We are learning a first grade skill today. That's why I called you almost first graders. And we are going to learn all about long vowel words. We have learned all of our short vowel words. And last week with Flippy Dolphin, we reviewed all of the sounds that our vowels make. So, like how we said, Old MacDonald had a farm, and on his farm he had five vowels. A-E-I-O-U. And on his farm he had an A. An A had short, long sounds. A, A, ah, ah, ah. A, ah, ah, ah. And we had all of our vowels like E, E, I, O, ah, ah, ah. U, So we know all of our sounds. And I'm going to teach you another song, so you are not done with Mrs. Schmidt singing it. I'm sorry. But now we've got magic E. And sometimes when you add an E to the end of these short vowel sound words, you create from one song, one word to another. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All of these words, you should say, Mrs. Schmidt, we know these words. And can, cap, tap, pan. But when you add an E to the end, that magic E hops over this letter and makes those vowels long. So let me show you what I mean. It says, who can turn can into cane? Who can turn can into cane? Magic-y can, magic-y can, magic-y can. He's the best. So he took and when you add that E to the end, that A turns into A. So can turns into cane. So what's a cane? Who would maybe use a cane? Maybe a 100-year-old person would use a cane. So you might have had one on 100th day. Let's try the next one. Who can turn cap into cape? Who can turn cap into cape? Magic-y can, magic-y can, magic-y can. He's the best. So a cape, like a superhero cape. Let's try the next one. This next one will rhyme with cap. Who can turn tap into, did you say it? Who can turn tap into tape? Who can turn tap into tape? Magic-y can, magic-y can, magic-y can. He's the best. How about this one? This one is pan. It's kind of shiny. Who can turn pan into, who can turn pan into pain? Who can turn pan into pain? Magic-y can, magic-y can, magic-y can. He's the best. Now this is the kind of pane that you might not have heard of before. On a window, the glass that's on a window is usually called a pane of glass. Like a piece of glass is usually called a pane. Not like a pain like I hurt my shoulder and I have a pain. That's spelled differently. Well, these are all real words, aren't they? Can, cap, tap, and pan are real words. But sometimes Magic-y can go on not real words. So gam, never heard of a gam. Calve, back, cack. Those are not words, but let's see if Magic-y can make them into words. Who can turn gam into game? Who can turn gam into game? Magic-y can, magic-y can, magic-y can. He's the best. How about calves? Do you think you can figure that one out? In your mind, don't say calf, say ka. Who can turn calf into cave? Who can turn calf into cave? Let's try this one. Back. So in your brain, you're not going to go you're going to say a. Let's try it. Who can turn back into bake? Who can turn back into bake? Magic-y can, magic-y can, magic-y can. He's the best. Now I purposely picked this one to go with back or bake because this one turns from cack into cake. Who can turn cack into cake? Who can turn cack into cake? That magic-y is amazing. So, magic-y is always found at the end of words. And remember, or you might not have known this yet, when magic-y comes at the end of a word, do I sound him out? No, because he's magical. He does not even have to make a sound. So if I'm reading the word game, do you hear me say an E sound at the end? No, you don't hear Mrs. Schmidt say gamey or game-eh. I've never played a gamey of soccer. I just play a game of soccer. So in Magic E, he's so magical that he can make A change its name. He says A, you're not going to go ah anymore. You're going to say A, and he doesn't even make a sound. He's silent. So game. How about this one again? Cave, right? A bear does not sleep in a cavey, just cave. How about this one? Remember this word again. Let's see if you can read it again. Bake. Remember, I'm sounding this out. I'm not going to go bakey. It's just bake. So in school, usually Mrs. Schmidt, if you get stumped on a word with a magic E, sometimes Mrs. Schmidt will even have you cover it up and say, okay, who can turn gam into game? I have you sing that little song to help you out. You can try that, especially with our next paper. So now that we've practiced all of that, you are going to get your Magic E page, and look at all of these should look familiar to you. Can, rob, hug, kit, tub, mad, pin, cod. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a white crayon or a white colored pencil. White crayon works better. Mrs. Schmidt does not have any white crayon, so I have to use a white colored pencil, and it's not going to work as good. And what you're going to do first, you're just going to go on each, every time you see a line, you're going to write an E in white crayon or white colored pencil. Now, if you don't have either one of those, you can just write an E in a regular pencil. It just won't be as magical because we've done this before. So I already wrote all those E's, but you can't see because remember, what color did I use? I used white, so you're not going to be able to see it. Then you're going to use a marker. It can be any marker. Mrs. Schmidt has the smelly markers, but you can use just your regular markers or watercolors if you want. I would use marker because when you have to cut and glue, you're not going to want to have to wait for watercolor to dry. So I would just use the marker, but if you have some time and you like using paints, you can use that too. You're going to take your marker and you're going to color over the E. And you can barely see Mrs. Schmidt's. You can barely see that I've got an E written there. I'm going to do the same thing on all of these. So I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and color in all of my E's. If you want, you can do the same marker like I am doing, or you can switch different markers for each one. Now mine did not do a very good job of showing up. Barely see them. So I'm going to just trace them in Sharpie so that you can see. If yours does the same thing that mine did, you can do the same thing. You can trace yours in Sharpie or in a black marker. So now I'm going to have to read these because now I have to match up the pictures that go up here. So I've got who can turn can into cane. So I'm going to go down here. Where's the cane? There it is, the old person's cane. Who can turn rob into, so it goes from ah to oh. So I'm going to say who can turn rob into robe. Who can turn rob into robe. So I'm going to go down here. Find my robe. How about the next one? Hug. This is kind of a tricky one, so I will sing it with you. Because hug is going to go, you're going to do a U sound. So it's going to kind of go like ooh, 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 which is not really how you say the word you. So listen up. Who can turn hug into huge? Who can turn hug into huge? So you're going to do the huge elephant. That's a really, really tricky one. So hopefully you watched the video far enough that I kind of gave you that answer. Who can turn kit into, and we're going to say a long I. Who can turn kit into kite? Who can turn kit into kite? Come over here. Where are we? Right. Oh, there's the kite. And I'll do this one with you because it's U again. Long U is tricky. Who can turn tub into, who can turn tub into tube? Who can turn tub into tube? Now what down here comes in a tube? You might brush your teeth with a what of toothpaste? You might get a tube with toothpaste in it. So that's the tube right there. It's kind of hard to tell that it's the tube. Now these last three, I think you can handle on your own. Okay? There's another page on there that is the same ones, and then you will draw a picture that goes with each word. So you would draw your own cane, your own robe, your own something that's huge. Okay? If you don't want to, you don't have to, or you can save that page for another day. So maybe if you have another day where you maybe kind of feel like doing a little bit of extra work, you can do that too. Okay, so good luck with Magic E. Remember, Magic E is the best. Do you say the E at the end of the word? No, you should say, no, Mrs. Schmidt, no. Okay, you should be saying, no, you are crazy. Remember, you don't say that you're going to have a gamey. You're going to say game. Okay? All right. Good luck. Happy reading. And we cannot wait to hear you guys read again sometime soon. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your long vowels, you almost first graders.